Hi everyone, welcome to Module 3. In Module 3 we're going to be reading chapters 5 and 6. I have some very helpful sites for you to review and they'll help you practice with supply and demand. I have the PowerPoint right here. I have the teaching summary, so a lot of notes that I have developed for the chapter 5 right there. Chapter 6 PowerPoint and the teaching summary as well. We're going to be completing discussion board number 2. Let's look at discussion board number 2. Let me put this on here for you. Okay. On the discussion board, the key that you need to focus on is the requirements. Initial post is due by Thursday night. Your initial post should contain an APA formatted in-text citation and reference to support your work, and you should have 2 peer responses. Your peer responses could be to any of the questions that I post as well. That will count as part of a peer response. So that's a very important thing because a lot of people don't realize that. I'll be posting a lot of questions, but make sure to have any post to me will count as well for a peer response. The questions you're asking is, why is it important that prices are flexible in our economy? Should the government control the level of prices? And then what are 2 inelastic and elastic goods that you've recently purchased or not? When you relate your answers, make sure to focus on the market characteristics. That's the key component. So for chapter 5, we're going to be looking at elasticity. And what I've done here is I've given you some PowerPoint slides with notes. And when we look at elasticity, you'll notice it's looking at how consumers respond to price changes. So consumers are very sensitive to price changes, and that's very important. So what happens is there's 2 types of goods that consumers will buy. That consumers could buy. An elastic good and an inelastic good. An elastic good is when there's a price change, there's a large change in demand. Okay? When there's a price change, there's a large change in demand. Now, an inelastic good is when there's a price change, there's a small change in demand. So examples of inelastic goods would be gasoline. Examples of elastic goods would be luxury products. But what you want to do in your answer choice or in your discussion board is make sure to focus on the determinants right here. The determinants are what helps determine if the good is inelastic or elastic. And what you want to do, let me show you in the PowerPoint slides where they're at. But what I want you to do is relate it to these characteristics. And if you can do it towards the characteristics of elasticity, then you'll be okay. Okay? And here are the determinants of price elasticity. These are what you want to focus on. The more time I have to shop, the more elastic it'll be. The less time I have to shop, the more inelastic it'll be. But those are the key things that you want to look at. If you have any questions on these concepts, if you have additional resources that you would like me to bring in, please let me know, as I'm more than willing to assist, but I look forward to your effort this week.